guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lia Rips. Come on. Today I will be going over the playability aspects and the collector aspects of the new Pokemon set coming out in the next few weeks, Pitch Black. Okay, let's start. What are my credentials? What do I know about this? So I'm not that good of a player, but I do play pretty frequently, and I do play pretty often at my local game store, which, go check them out. They're awesome. And I am a collector. I have been a collector almost my entire life, and I have been collecting literally for as long as I can remember. I've been a Pokemon card collector, and I have gone much more into it within the last year or so. So those are my credentials. Let's start off with playability aspects. So immediately, guns blazing, the first thing you see when you look at the card set is that Tropius. Don't mind me reading off my laptop, that's where I put all my stuff. The Fruity scent makes it a really good potential opener Pokemon with that ability allowing you to search your top 6 cards for Pokemon. So if you like, you can get some stuff out on the bench. Although if you do use the right items and the right supporters, that shouldn't be an issue for you in the first place. But for some decks who can't support that kind of item usage and the card slots that takes up, Tropius is a good option to get Pokemon out onto the bench early game. Lurantis is good damage for low energy. I read that move set and I was like, wow, that's really good. With Lively Cutter, it's cracked. Just honestly, I will probably be playing Lurantis myself because I am a Gen 7 girly. Alola was my first Pokemon game. Pokemon Moon specifically was my first game, so I love all Gen 7 Pokemon, and Lurantis, I love Lurantis. So I will probably be playing Lurantis myself, but it has really good damage, like a really good ability to damage for low amounts of energy, especially for decks that don't run that many energy cards and are more items and supporter based. And it could bring more healing items and healing Pokemon into the meta, such as like Potion and Pokemon Center Lady, as well as like Leftovers. A lot of the cards that have healing aspects, especially low amounts of healing, so you can continuously heal turn over turn over turn and not just heal all at once. Those are going to pair really well with Lurantis. And Leaf Guard does provide good defense with it lowering the amount of damage you take. In all honesty though, I did see it pairing very well with the Primarina in this set, and the Primarina's healing aspect, having it go back into your hand is really useful and continuously get that healing benefit out of it. I thought the whole dynamic going on with the Ghost Veil Pokemon was very interesting. Poltergeist, Sinistra, Shuppet Bayonet, Spiritomb, Delmise, and the supporter Gwyn, I thought that was very interesting, and it opens up a lot of very fun possibilities of single prize card decks that could be brought into the meta. This set does bring in a lot of really good one prize card attackers though, like the Armarouge, the Seeking, the Annihilate. Those are the main 3 that I can think of. They are all really good one prize card attackers. The Armarouge could work really well potentially in decks like Ethan's Typhlosion and in decks like Cerulege, where it could be that support with that one prize card. Seeking is a really good energy dump Pokemon to dump all your energy onto, and it will work really well with Misty's energy, where you can attach multiple water type energies to one of your Pokemon at one time. That is going to come in handy for a Pokemon like this, and I do honestly see a Seeking deck rising in the meta once the set becomes legal. And then Primarina could be paired with Lurantis, it could be paired with Seeking, it could be paired with a lot of different Pokemon, because that healing factor is so beneficial in so many decks. I saw Electrike, another card drawing engine that could work well in a lot of different decks, but the first thing that comes to mind is Joltik Box. That could work well in Joltik Box, I believe so, and it allows you to draw more cards early game, which is always beneficial. Jinx, I saw that first move, and that I saw immediately that is your savior. That is your scapegoat right there. Because although you don't get any prize cards because your opponent is simply discarding their Pokemon and everything attached to it, it is a reset button. If you are stuck in a situation where you cannot take out your opponent's Pokemon, you can make them discard it. And yes, it will not win you the game because they're discarding it and you're not knocking it out. You will not be taking prize cards, but that does give you a second chance to build your board back up and to get the Pokemon out that are necessary for you to actually win the game, like overall. And then the Inkay is a really good early game item grabber, especially for really bad hand draws early game. If you do not get that many items, it is a necessity that you get said items. So you can use that Inkay, you can use that move, especially if you're going second in a match, you can use that move to grab you what's necessary to set you up for your next turn. The Malamar will be really good with Mega Darkrai considering it inflicts status conditions, which looking at this set of the Mega Darkrai, the moveset of the Mega Darkrai, that immediately knocks it out. I think we will see a lot more Dex Rising of Mega Darkrai and Malamar, and a lot of those Pokemon that inflict poison damage and all kinds of stuff, and a lot of supporters that inflict poison damage and confusion. We will see that rise to the meta with Mega Darkrai immediately knocking out Pokemon with status conditions. Moving on to items and trainers, the Dark Bell is going to be really good with Mega Darkrai for that same reason that I was just talking about, as it inflicts status conditions. And the second that status condition is inflicted, that Pokemon's a goner. Unless you can get lucky enough, if you're not able to, and if you don't really have a chance between turns, because there's a chance that someone uses a Dark Bell, that Pokemon becomes confused, or I believe it's confusion. I don't exactly remember. That Pokemon has that status condition inflicted, and Mega Darkrai takes it out. That Heroic Bomb is going to be really good for defense for decks that don't run Megas. For decks specifically that use just EXs or terrestrialized Pokemon, and especially I see one prize decks getting a lot of benefit out of the Heroic Bomb, because if you're going out anyways, you can inflict more damage, sometimes more damage than even your own moveset. And that allows you to be able to, yes, they may be taking a prize card, but you may also be taking their Pokemon out with it. That may make them reconsider taking out your Pokemon in the first place. So I think running Heroic Bomb is going to be really good for a lot of single prize decks specifically. Alright, and then now let's get on to the second part of the video with the collector standpoint. So this set is comprised of mainly unpopular, not very mainstream Pokemon. Like, we don't see any Gengars in this set, we don't see any Umbreons, which is honestly very surprising because for a set like this that's all themed around Dark type and stuff like that, you'd believe that you see a chase like that. But this was extremely rude of my camera, but it stopped recording. As I was saying, the top illustration rare is going to be that Slowbro. We already see it getting lots of love in Japanese. That is going to translate over just like the Gold Mega Darkrai. And I do personally love a lot of the arts in this set. Some standouts being the Darkrai SIR, which I think is such a beautiful card. It honestly reminds me of the Lugia alt art from Silver Tempest. The Gwen SIR, I just think that's a really beautiful card. I love my girly trainers, and she's absolutely one of those. So I'm hoping to get her. The Primarina illustration rare, because of course, as I said, I'm a Gen 7 girly. Love Primarina. Although I did pick Rowlet, and Rowlet is my favorite of the trio, I do love Primarina very deeply. And for Mantis, as I said, I'm a Gen 7 girl. I love everything Gen 7. I love everything Alola. So I'm going to deeply appreciate that. And the Gladion SIR, I'm also going to really appreciate, because Gladion is my boy. He is one of my favorite trainers. I love him, and I'm so happy to see him getting the attention that he deserves, which he doesn't get very often. He really doesn't get that much attention, especially from the community. He is a very overlooked trainer, and he deserves so much more. So I'm very, very happy that he's getting an SIR in this set. And then, of course, even though they aren't anything special, the Yukamori card and the Asako Ito card are always going to stand out. I love them. I do collect their cards individually, so I will absolutely be looking for those as well. My overall rating for playability, I give this set a 7 out of 10. I believe it introduces a lot of very new, interesting tactics that will partially shift the meta, and I'm excited to see how it goes and how creative the community gets with it, especially that Ghost Veil. I'm very excited to see how that goes. And then collector-wise, I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. It has beautiful art, a lot of collectability, and I'm hoping that it'll be sought after, but not nearly as sought after as some sets have been. Like, I hope that it's not wiped off the shelves, because I'm very excited for it, and I think it's going to be a very good set, and I'm personally going to have a lot of fun with it, especially because I do want to collect so many of the cards. So I will let you guys know, because I will be setting out for release day. I will record it, don't worry. And I also have GoFest coming up, so you guys will also get GoFest Day 1 and 2 vlogs. So I will see you guys then. I believe my camera cut out there, but as I was saying, I believe this set will be pretty sought after, and I know for sure I will be looking for it. I will give you guys a video on that, honestly, because I believe that I will be waiting out for it, so we will see how that goes. Anyways, that is all I had for today. I will see you guys next time, next week probably. I am going to start uploading more frequently long content videos. Go ahead, and if you are just discovering me here, go and check out my TikTok. It's Lia Rips _. Should be the same thing on here. Still gotta see. But I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye! The lighting in this video is gonna be so shit. Trash lighting. Trash lighting, trash audio, but that's okay.